दूसरी बात यह है कि ये भूलना नहीं चाहिए कि कनाडा के पेंशन फंड्स मेजर इन्वेस्टर्स हैं इंडिया की इकोनॉमी में, बहुत ज्यादा मेजर इन्वेस्टर्स हैं। तो अगर कनाडा एस्केलेट करता भी है तो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट रिटेलिएटरी एस्केलेशन से ये बोल सकती है कि भाई आप पेंशन फंड्स या तो ब्लॉक हो जाएंगे, फ्रीज हो जाएंगे, या आपको बोलेंगे कि भाई आपके डिविडेंड्स जो है वो आप नहीं दे पाओगे अपने होल्डर्स को, शेयर होल्डर्स को बेसिकली। तो इसमें क्या है हमारा प्लान ऑफ एक्शन? व्हाट इज द प्लान बी दैट वी हैव? I don't know, and I don't think there is competence to sort of think that far ahead, where they can see where the escalation will stop and what it will cost us, right? On the same sort of on the flip side of this is, well, India also has a number of investments within Canada. There's around $8 to $9 billion of mutual trade that is going on. So that is that. There's Saskatchewan exports about maybe like $700 million worth of lentils to India. तो ये सब का क्या होगा फिर? अगर ये एस्केलेट होता है तो और ट्रेड फ्रीज होती है तो ये सब चीज का क्या होगा? और इसका इफेक्ट हमारे ऑलरेडी जो इकोनॉमी है कनाडा की वो ठीक नहीं कर रही है, और इस पर आप ये स्ट्रेस डालोगे कि आपका वन ऑफ द टॉप 10 ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर्स जो है वो उससे आप ट्रेड नहीं कर पा रहे हो। इंडिया कनाडा का टॉप 10 ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर है, लेकिन कनाडा इंडिया का टॉप 20 में भी नहीं है। So there is an imbalance here which needs to be considered, and people need to be thinking about it.
There's a significant power imbalance between India and Canada when it comes to trade.
Yes. So India is way too strong, way too big. This is not the India of the 1970s. जो जस्टिन ट्रूडो जो है वो उसको लग रहा था कि भाई इंडिया जो है वो अभी तक उसके फादर के टाइम का 1970s 1980s वाला इंडिया है, लेकिन इंडिया के पास जो कैपेसिटी और जो स्ट्रेंथ इस वक्त है वो बहुत ज्यादा है, एंड दैट इज अ चेंज्ड इंडिया, एंड दिस इज नो लॉन्गर द colonial sort of emerging from colonization type of India. This is an India that has stood on its feet, is dealing with the world as equals, and does not really succumb to bullying anymore, right? So you better have your facts right, you better do your homework, and you better start respecting as equals the Indian side when you're dealing with them, and adhere to the international standards that are expected of you. Because if you don't, then we have people in diplomacy in India that are veterans of 40 years being in those jobs, and they're not they're not amateurs, so they know exactly what to do and how to handle things, and they will make sure that when you ask when you make these sorts of noises, they hear it and they respond to it. It's not going to be taken lightly, and India is no longer going to be the whack-a-mole where that you have the hammer and you whack, and India is simply going to pop out of another hole. No, India will snatch the hammer and hammer you down. So that's the changed mindset that needs to. This is no longer, because there is a big colonial hangover in world affairs, whether it is the UN, whether it is the Canada-India relationships, or whether it is the World Trade Organization, etc. This mindset needs to change, right? Especially after what's going on, what happened during the pandemic, when vaccine diplomacy was seen, and India proved to the world that it does not just care about itself, it cares about all the countries in the global south, right? And all the global south countries then rightly stood behind India when the G20 was called, and that was the turning point, I feel, in this narrative of why India deserves and will get the respect that it has earned in the hard way. So आप इसको ऐसा नहीं ट्रीट कर सकते हो कि हम अपने जो हाई कमिश्नर है उसको हम विड्रॉ कर लेंगे और इंडिया हमको कुछ नहीं करेगा. Those days are gone. Those days are over. So you need to kind of pull up your socks, start behaving, like with maturity, and start taking things very seriously when dealing with India, because this is the time for sandboxes and playing is over. This is the real world, and you got to deal with it. तो ये माइंडसेट बहुत जरूरी है कनाडा के लिए, अगर आप उसको राइटली इंडिया से डील करना है।
आई थिंक मैं हिंदी में कहूँ तो उन लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि भारत के लोग, भारतीय, भारत माता के लिए क्या कुछ करने के लिए उठ जाएंगे, उनको अंदाज़ा
हाँ
है नहीं। ठीक।